question.
So these ones are from Sylvia Sanchez, who follows us on Twitter.
Apparently he's one of our biggest fans.
Possibly, yeah. She certainly is. I'm assuming you're a she, to be honest. I don't actually know.
You.
At Rovering Unicorn.
Yeah.
But they are, they certainly comment on everything and they seem to watch every episode. So
basically, most of our questions are from.
Okay.
Why did you make and edit the vids on your phone?
Well,
KineMaster didn't work for the laptop. And
well,
plus I'm always occupying the laptop as well.
Well, I don't think we had a laptop when we first started.
Yeah, well, when we first started we didn't, but then when we started, we had it whilst we were doing season 2 because you saw it in Spin from Space.
So there was two. Yeah, that's true. When we first started initially, there were 2 computers in the house, or 2 working computers.
Yeah,
there were a few abandoned in drawers. There was my laptop, which I used to take away for writing.
But now the space bar doesn't work.
But the keys were very sticky, and it's all old and slow. And then the other one is the TARDIS computer,
which
at that point was the laptop in the drawer.
Yeah, sometimes you can. If you have watched some episodes in TARDIS, you'll see one of them was silver, and the latest one. Sorry, I just got a text from my friend, and the latest one. White one is actually from the Sweetings.
Yeah, we got given another computer recently. So the original computer was very, very old. It just ran in the TARDIS, and it was fine for writing scripts on, but it wasn't any good for editing. So we didn't have a laptop that could handle video editing.
Yeah.
The phone was the only thing that could do it.
There was my first ever laptop, Mum's old laptop.
It still couldn't handle video editing, because that is even older.
Yeah, it didn't even work for Roblox.
No, I mean,
actually, I never had Roblox then.
That laptop can barely handle turning on. So the answer is just limits of technology. They used the phone because it was the only thing with a processor fast enough and a memory to handle video editing.
Yeah, Samsung's phones, me and my dad both have one, this is new. They're pretty good for video stuff, quite a bit, good for streams maybe. I've never known because I've not done a live stream for a while. First one failed. So next question, I guess.
Yeah.
How was the experience?
There's 2 ways you could look at that. It could be what's the experience of doing all of the editing on the phone, which is in some ways ezy, in some ways frustrating.
Yeah, well, it's just quite big fingers with a small screen. We were trying. Yeah, we did see when I first got my phone, this case actually, it came with one of those like
a stylus.
Yeah, a stylus, but it was if we got this case sooner, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I noticed you hid that stylus before I could get the chance to use it.
No, it came with my case, and we only got my phone last week.
I know. I wanted it last week. Where did it go?
It's in my pencil case because remember I took it to school.
Okay.
I left it in my pencil case by accident.
So the experience of one of the advantages you shooting on the phone, everything is shot on the phone, all the audio's on there, all the files are there anyway.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to move from one device to another.
Yeah.
So that's convenient to do it all like that. The actual, in terms of the effects that you can do, that's slightly limiting, but way more than I expected to be able to do. The fact that you can do all of those chroma key, those green screen layers, that we can have a shot of Alice talking to the Admiral outside of the TARDIS, which isn't there. Alice steps into the TARDIS, which is just a doorway, but is laid over the box, and then that disappears and leaves the Admiral behind, all in front of a background plate that we just took at a playground once before.
This TARDIS right here,
it's just stunning.
look, our TARDIS, different TARDIS. Can you see the difference? So we've got our TARDIS this side and a completely different TARDIS this side.
Yeah, because that's a William Hartnell First Doctor toy that we just mocked up to use as a model.
Yeah.
So when you're stepping into the TARDIS upstairs, you're stepping into the doors that belong to our TARDIS upstairs, and then the rest of the box is this toy.
Magic of editing.
So, or you could say in terms of the experience, what was the experience like of filming TARDIS shorts? Overall, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been nice to spend time together and to have a common interest.
It's something that you'll remember forever.
Yeah,
Story for the grandkids.
Well, you'll remember forever. I will probably forget because I get old.
What did you learn? You learned how to act.
I learned how to act.
I already knew how to
Oh,
act.
you already knew.
Because
So I learned how to act.
I've done my school production and I did pretty well. I didn't even play a lead role, but I did really well. Like I used to sometimes in class I would burst out in the voice I used for the character. We did the What a Night play, and I was Princess Almira.
And you were good. You were really good in that.
I was just like, oh, that was a very long time. Same voice I used for Princess Peladon.
Yes. Yes, I recognise that now. What I've learned is basically you don't need permission. So working as a scriptwriter, one of the problems is you spend a lot of time trying to get someone else to make your material. So you're constantly going around to producers, to directors, to actors, just hustling, trying to get people to come together. And then even when it does come together and everything falls beautifully, I had a film that was ready to go last year, with like a proper Hollywood star in there, 2 Hollywood stars really, and a great cast, and all the funding was there, and the director was, we were all ready to go, and it didn't happen. I still don't know why it didn't happen. So constantly chasing people, trying to get money from them, trying to get them to make your work, to believe in you, and this has proven to me that I don't really need to do that. The quality in this might not be great, but with better equipment, which we can hire, I could just make my own things and not have to jump through those hoops to try and find someone to believe in the material when I believe in it myself. So yeah, that's the main thing I've learned, I think, is that this stuff is a lot easier. It's a lot easier than it seems. Okay, this isn't great quality, the direction isn't great, there is no direction, there's no cameraman, nothing's moving, but you can produce something. And if you have a camera phone at home and you want to do something like this, just go and do it. Don't wait for permission.
On that, moving on to the next question. Any notes or advice you'd like to share?
What do you think?
Well, we kind of already did earlier.
Yeah, well, that's what I think is the main advice is just do it. Just grab a phone, grab some friends, some family.
Just do it.
Just go and film something. I mean, other than that, all the information is online if you go looking for it. The lighting is paramount. You may have noticed with the last couple of episodes when we've done the original stuff, so when it's filming you and me, the green screens work really well. When it's been filming Anthony, the green screen, there's quite a big line around people, and that's because our green screen is not green enough. It's too yellow really, and we've both got blondish hair, and the actual
I've got really blonde hair.
Yeah, the light has been fading, so we've been having to turn on room lights which have got a yellow tinge, which then means everything's a little bit yellower, and it's harder to separate the green from or separate the yellow out of the green, so you end up with a bigger line around people when you're doing the chroma key stuff. So that's a lesson, is just try and shoot earlier in the day during the winter, try and have some brighter lights that are whiter, and just a proper green screen, just better equipment, just be better. That's my advice, be better.
Be the best you can be.
Yes.
Where did you write the scripts?
Where?
Yeah, where? Where did you write the scripts?
Okay, so...
my laptop.
Well, some of it was written at your laptop down here. It depends, because sometimes I was writing them late at night, because I was having to get the edit done.
And in the morning, if I'm on my laptop, he just does it on his...
Let's do it on the TARDIS computer. So ironically, a lot of the TARDIS shorts are written on the TARDIS computer, sitting upstairs in the TARDIS, which is my office. But at night, that's not always possible because the tapping of the keyboard keeps people awake. So I would come down here.
And the TARDIS is right next to my room.
Yeah,
so.
it is right next, and that's the only thin wall in the house, or it's the only non-brick wall in the house. I think is the one between the TARDIS and your room, which is irritating.
My bed's on the other side of the wall next to the neighbour's house.
Yeah,
my bed's like this side, which is far side by the door.
Yeah, and the TARDIS is over in that corner upstairs. But the so it's written either at the table here or in the TARDIS office. As into what it's written on, it was written using software called Fade In, which is a specialist script writing software, and it just does all the formatting for you. It's relatively cheap, it's really easy to use, and it means you don't have to focus on thinking, well, what goes where, how do I paginate a page, or it just does all the formatting for you. So that's a great piece of kit to have. What's the next question?
How did you decide the vids needed scripting? It was chaos. We didn't know what to say. It was absolute chaos until scripts. Well, it's a magical thing.
It was okay initially, but we were wasting time, weren't we? Sort of going, right, we want to say, this is what the scene is. We need to say something like this. What are you going to say?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Especially when we started bringing more characters.
Yeah.
Like, and when we're playing more than one person, e.g. the first time we started using scripts is Murder of Peladon. I was Princess Peladon, Dad was Sheepish, and the Sultaran.
That was what broke us, wasn't it? The episode 1 of Murder of Peladon, you having to play 2 different characters in the same scene and have a conversation with yourself when there's no script, and you're just having to remember everything you said.
And hot dress as well.
Yeah, and it was too complicated, and it was silly, and we had to stop and write scripts. So that's why we decided we needed them, really. And as we've gone on, things have got more complicated. When we've had guest stars, so like when Andrew Storr played Dacre, he had to have a script. I couldn't just get him to improvise some lines, and so I had to write a script way in advance of when we were going to need it and send in those bits.
Like when we're filming other people, we do like 3 months before.
Yeah, well, because you do that when you can fit in. The worry is you can't just film on a Sunday and start editing straight away, because they've got to film it and send it in, and yeah. So that's another reason why it's important to have scripts is these. So I guess actually the first script we wrote was for Twice Upon a TARDIS, because we did give Russell a script. I gave him just 1 page.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't write the full script, but I wrote 1 page which has just had his dialogue on, and then we improvised our dialogue around the footage.
He was the screw you big fat orange head thingy.
Yeah, he was the Time Lord who took the TARDIS away.
Screw you, you big fat ass. My name is Alice, this is my dad. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a video. We will see you next time in...